Hey guys, it's Lois Ann. Obviously I haven't made a video in a really long time. I've always wanted to, but it just hasn't been able to fit into my schedule, so let's just get down to it. So I'm just moisturizing my face here. I always moisturize my face because I have really dry skin. And then here I'm using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden. I think that's how you say it. This is my favorite primer. I use it almost every single day. Then I set it with my Kat Von D Lock-It setting powder in translucent, and then I go on to my eyebrows. So for my eyebrows I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown, and also the brush that they provide for you. I always start at the bottom of my brow and then I work towards the end of it, and then I feather it out in the beginning or in the start of the eyebrow, however you want to say that. Now here I'm using my Modern Renaissance Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, but I forgot to show you guys, so I'm just gonna tell you. The color that I'm using right now in the inner corner of my eyelids is Buon Fresco, and it's like a lavender type color. So here I'm going to take my brush that I get with the Naked palettes, the Urban Decay Naked palettes, and the color Red Ochre, and I'm going to add the same color over and over again until I get the darkness of the color that I would like. I'm going to use my Pro Tapered Crease brush 19 to really blend it out. I really love this brush for blending it out because it has a little bit of a point that's easy to get into my crease. I then took just a tiny bit of the Cypress Umber and I put it in my crease and buffed it out. Now I'm going to use my Fenty Matchstick in Ivory and a fine pointed brush. This is actually a paintbrush, and I'm going to put it right below my eyebrow. Here I'm taking the Norvina palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills and using the color Base right where I put that concealer. Here I'm just blending everything out with that fluffy brush. And now I'm going to take this concealer that I just used with a flat-headed brush. I don't know really how to describe it. And I'm just going to put on my lid where I'm going to apply a different color. Now I'm taking a completely new palette called Tarte East Pro Remix by Tarte, clearly. And I am taking just a regular Anastasia Beverly Hills brush and the color Create in that palette and just putting it all over my eyelid. I'm going back to that first palette, the Modern Renaissance, and I'm just taking that Red Ochre color and putting it, just like blending it out on my outer corner. For my foundation, I'm using Born This Way in the color Vanilla by Too Faced and a beauty blender, and just putting that all over my face. Now I'm actually going back to that concealer by Fenty in the color Ivory and putting that underneath my eyes, and then blending that out with a beauty blender. And I'm also kind of creating like a slick line with the beauty blender. It kind of just cleans it up a little bit. Since I have really bad dark circles, I'm taking another concealer, the Shape Tarte in the color Light Neutral, and putting that right by the corners of my eyes and by my nose and around my mouth. Now I'm going to take that Kat Von D translucent setting powder and a medium brush, and I'm just going to pat the powder onto my face instead of using the brushing motion. Here I'm just going to take that brush and just kind of like buff my face, get all of the excessive powder off of my face. And I'm gonna go back in. Now I'm using the palette Soft Glam by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm using the color Tempera in my inner corner, taking that red ochre color in the Modern Renaissance palette and putting that on my outer corners. I'm using my favorite mascara by Too Faced. It's called Better Than Sex, and I'm just first I curled my eyelashes, of course, and then I'm just going to use this on my tops and my bottom lashes. And I'm going to use Gimme Brow by Benefit just to set my eyebrows. For kind of like my bronzer and contour, I'm using Tarte Park Ave Princess and just a regular contour brush. I'm going to use one of my favorite highlighters, and that's the Too Faced Diamond highlighter. Now, I don't normally wear lipstick, but I felt like being fancy, so I'm using the 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in 1993 by Urban Decay. For the lipstick, I'm using the Kat Von D Matte Liquid Lipstick in Bow and Arrow. So this is the final look, and I used this actually for Thanksgiving, and I'm just going to do some close-ups, and then I put a few photos on the end of the video for you guys.